There we go. Let's continue where we left off. More Hawk Tantrum adventures. Ease 9. Hey, Nathan's gone. Using talk for a bit says, it means your party members, you'll be different kinds of damage. So for example, remember you saw this with Shironeko with White Cat, that she dealt like bludgeoning damage. Oh, let me lower the volume again a bit. Oh, I know why this. It's because of this. It's because the mic wasn't in front of me. Now you can hear me better. Forgot to put the mic in front of my face. So yeah, if you saw, for example, with the Shironeko with the White Cat, she deals bludgeoning damage, which was great for like tough shelled enemies, or like, you know, big brutes with just giant protective shells. Hawk, on the other hand, deals piercing damage, which is great for like flyers, like flying creatures and so on. So that's what I'm using around now. He's also really fast. Every time you see break on someone, it means that you've like overcome like their stamina barrier in a way. And with normal enemies, like type damage, like their weaknesses, do that immediately. Rebel Grimoire teaches him a new skill. Yep. So item. Rebel Grimoire. Yes, you get extra damage if you are hitting with the correct type. Imagine that most enemies have what in D&D would be vulnerability to a certain damage type. Most enemies, like most basic enemies, have damage weakness to slashing, which is adults. But you can get like the big crabs who are weak to bludgeoning, which is the like the yellow thing, and then there's Hawk who does piercing damage. Who, you know, other creatures are weak to him. So here we're gonna put in Rebellion Crow. Rebellion Crow looks amazing. This is Rebellion Crow. It's just a big lunge. And it's kind of homing towards the enemies, which is like extra cool. Nothing here to break for extra items. No. Now I switch because it's boss time. And for bosses, I still prefer to use Adol, more or less. Finally. Abyssal Blade. I got both movement and flash guard at the same time. But you can trigger it with anyone. So, like the focus mode that, you know, turns all the, adds like the big aura damage, and then you can do like the limit break, quote unquote, the EX skill. You can do it with anyone. I just, I don't know, I have a bit more, even though I kind of screw it up most of the time, I have a better sense of timing with Adol than anyone else. So I kind of use them for the big bosses. Because bosses in general have no type weakness. You can use whoever you want. But here I'm gonna use him. And here's a thing. One of those moments that I hate localization, because, or at least I hate some form of localization, because they change things that don't need to be changed. In that little bit of spoken dialogue, he basically says, Like the big gaps are not an issue for my Hunter's Glide, which is the name of his gift. Yet the game in English has it translated to Hunter's Descent, when it's simply Hunter's Glide. Because what do? You glide. It's unnecessary localization. Changing something that is already in English into another word in English. When even like the first one is already correct. So this is the new skill I got with Adel. It's super good for groups. So I can't go that way because it's locked. So our next place of, next port of call is across the way. And switch to... And bye-bye to the birdie. Yeah. Hawk is especially good against that enemy. Adel takes ages to fight him. Just check something. Nothing else here. Nope. Whoops! I said he was sippy. Who are you fighting? He's fighting an invisible enemy. But see, for example, those rocks are basically a target for her. Well, this one is a target for him. Ah, we're running ran out of FP. So can't do any skills. So straight up. But see, he breaks that enemy's defenses super fast and drops him from the air. And now that I have full... Boom. That's what I wanted to see. She just drops rocket enemies. Oh, that's this. Hitting these to get resources. I'm gonna use her here because there's a bunch of aside from these, there's a whole bunch of rock people here. You can tell one of her attacks is my favorite. Because this is basically a full-on Kamen Rider, a giant kick. Okay, now it's time to use some items. This in particular. And this. Just add some more experience to them. Though, Adol is fairly fast on his own. That's what I wanted to see. So that's his HX skill. I just used it because I was gonna lose all that I had raised by then. So why not expand it and show something cool? And get this boost potion. So boost potion fills up the red like gauge immediately. Anything else that I need from here? No. Nothing around here. Oop. There we go. That's. Yeah. It just means you'll likely see the more there is on the bar if it's filled. The less you'll see like them being consumed because there's a lot more SP to work from, basically. This means a bigger gauge. There we go. I'll pull the lever. Opens the big door. Hey, we're back here. It's almost like we went the whole way around just to pull the lever. And now I'm gonna switch to auto, because you can tell even from here, you can tell we're heading to a boss fight. And this is a dangerous boss fight, because those are spikes. And this might just be a slightly creepy boss. There we go. There we go. At least I managed to jump and glide. Because you saw the cage drop. That thing drops, you're dead. More or less. Here's the one thing I don't like about the localization. Him calling her pussycat. Really what he's calling her in Japanese is chibi neko, which is literally like small kitten or just kitten. I don't know, kitten just sounds a lot more condescending than pussycat. Pussycat sounds sleazy. He is not being sleazy, he's being condescending. So kitten is a lot more condescending. Oh, it's cuter, but it's also a lot more condescending. Because literally calling her little kitty. Or little kitty works too. Or kitty. This part introduces us to one of my favorite characters, just from the way the character looks. Because I mentioned this before. I bought this game in Japanese, full-on Japanese, because the idea was that as I learn kanji and improve on my Japanese, that I would be able to start to pick out the plot and so on. Learning Japanese is not easy, and while I did have moments of, hey, I recognize that and I can read this sentence, I was losing way too much of the plot. Especially with the thing with the other adult that shows up. I was just losing that part of the plot completely. And if you haven't seen anything and you're wondering what I mean by the other adult, the VODs will be on my YouTube channel, so you will be able to see just what I mean. Yeah, exactly. I needed the context clues for that kind of thing, and I was missing them. So when I learned that the game would be releasing in English in February, and it was kind of December, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop here, pick it up again in English. But I had already played up to a certain point, up to next chapter. So some things I already know in terms of content. So boss fights and so on. There is an upcoming boss fight that we're gonna get pretty much start of the next chapter is hardcore. Like when I did it the first time, basically used every item that I had. I hope to do better this time. Monstrums! And Blaze, what you get in here? Give him all Texan accents. You're kidding, you're the feral hog! That's a terrible Texan accent. I love that word, brethren. For you. Are we the bad guys? Are we the bad guys? I mean, she has a point. They mostly didn't like bad guys because of him. Yeah, it's here. There we need to go. There she is. Poor little thing. When we finish this side quest, you will understand why they took her in. What they meant was sketchy. Cog, as I've mentioned, one, has issues, and two, may be a dick. I'm gonna be a bit over the top here. I actually thought I had more of the red bar to do this. When I said over the top, my plan was to trigger the boost and immediately do like White Cat's EX skill, but turns out it had gone down again. Oops. Now we have the key. Go back here. Would have been faster with Adel though. Prisoner's effects. And now you will see why they said she was sketchy. And that is why I love that skill. Abyss Slash. It just takes up everything. That is why they said she was sketchy. Honestly, I see someone with that mask on the street. I also say they're sketchy. Also, her name was Silhouette. Come on. On this one, I understand the guards. Though it makes you wonder, couldn't someone have found a better mask? Because the mask says it helps her not see evil spirits. It kind of blocks off her supernatural ability. But it's kind of, that mask draws attention in other ways. Whenever I wear it, people call me creepy or say I'm hiding something. Come on. Welcome aboard. Just another weirdo to add to the staff at the Dandelion. And gain some more knocks. And here is why Hawk brought us to this entrance. This is why we came all this way. Because of Shattelard, the leader of the knights. You need to see, this dude is amazing. That seems to be the case. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Yeah, he also has a thing of giving people points of how he judges them. Charles is a big fucking sword. This is not a boss fight, by the way. Boost.
90点くれてやろう。赤の王よ、今日のところは鷹を連れて立ち去るがいい。容赦も迷いもない凄まじい剣だった。だが愛がない。鷹よ、君の力はこのグリアのために生かすべきだ。いずれ君の力が必要になる時が来るかもしれない。さてね。だが君もいずれ知る時が来るかもな。
鷹さんの怪人化がこれ
Yes, Hawk was a knight all along. But what I like is what Shadlar says, like, you know, the day will come when you have to fight for the country. While at the same time, if you remember the ominous thief from yesterday, it said, like, this weird peace with the Romans that people have getting used to is a fragile illusion. It kind of gives you the idea that something is going on behind the scenes. Yep. I mean, this place was conquered by the Roman Empire and just annexed. It makes sense that eventually, you know, someone would fight. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna ask him about it. Yeah, he's not the opening up type. There we go. Cool thing is, chapter's still not done. Let's go over here. So this church, this sister, you can give her food or, you know, meals or recipes, and she gives you stuff. Donate meals. And baked potato. I think for every 3 that you give her, she gives you a prize. How may I be of service with my giant hat? Credo Ablinger. Where's the orphanage? Wow. acquaintances. See, this is the other side of him. I love that concept. Like you don't really see it that much in other media, but in like Japanese media, there's often a character like that, a character who is a prodigy. Like anything that they put their hands to, they just accomplish. They pick up any skill and master it immediately, and the stories focus on characters that are isolated by this. Like they are so good at everything that it sets them apart and kind of makes them lonely, because you know they end up standing out and standing apart from their peers, kind of like the loneliness of the genius. Yeah, it's true, it happens. And I love the fact that that's the thing with this guy. It's not like he's a malcontent. He is really a, you know, talented individual, but you know, has his lack of like social connections comes from a place of him just being naturally adept to things. And someone who just doesn't have the joy of, oh, I can't do this, let me work hard at it. You know? The joy of learning. Yeah, she's dead.
おいおいおい、久しぶりに寄ってみりゃつまらねえ話が聞こえてくるな。
君はクレドか。
こいつは まだ飾ってあるのか。
クレドさんが描いた絵ですよね。さっきとても素敵だって。
クレド。
なんだ、あの絵を見てしみったれた思い出話でも始めると思ったか。暇つぶしに書いた落書きだ。それより監獄に乗り込むなら次から俺にも声かけてもらうぜ。
監獄に？
今度こそシャトラールは俺がやる。そして呪いを解いたら次はてめえとアプリリスの番だ。
I respectfully decline.
そうケチケチするなよ。一つよろしく頼むぜ。そいつを伝えに来ただけだ。それじゃあな。
君たちは一体。
Maybe? I don't know. It's weird with him.
知らない事情がいろいろとあるよう
With
で
him,
す
it's kind of weird if we're friends
無責
or
任な
not.
言い方になってしまうかもしれませんが、あなたたちのような仲間がいると知ってほっとしました。リサがいなくなってからはずっと一人だったはずですから。すみませんが、
He does need a good beating over the head, really.
何卒よろしくお願いします。
いろいろびっくりしました。孤児院の事件前はあそこまで激しい人じゃなかったそうですけど、シャトラールさんにこだわるのも事件と関係があるんでしょうか。
そうだな。
いつか話してくれるといいですね。せっかく一緒にやっていく仲間なんですから。
I love her. Krisha she's just adorable. Several hours prior. Hey, one of the teenage guards.
何があった？詳しいことは分からんが、怪人どもが侵入したそうだ。ちょうど騎士団本部のあるあたりだ。おそらく地下
化け物がうろつく地下をどうやって突破してきたんだ。ついこの前も同僚のハインツが。
ああ
Heinz was turned to ketchup
行方不明という話だ
in
ったか。
after meeting a monster in the basement.
たどり着いた先が騎士団の本部とは奴らも悪運が尽きたな。あそこにはちょうどシャトラール団長がいらっしゃる。万一はないと思うが、念のために我々も守備を固めるぞ。
わかった。すぐに行こう。
Hell yes! You have a rusty fucking sword. Only corpses manage to get out from here. Abandon all hopes and dreams, ye who know what's good for you. Right, those are healing items. The Inman in question under heavy suspicion of agitation, mental instability, and crimes of the highest order. I hereby request that both the words and actions of this inmate remain unheeded. Basically giving a gag order. I'm not sure I can trust you. That, come on, that's shady as hell. Like, sure, wander about. I don't give a shit.
ありえぬな。あなたこそつい先ほどまで怪人とやらの相手をしていたはず。涼しい顔に似合わず慌てて戻る用事でもあったか。聖国騎士団団長シャトラール殿。
こう見えても多忙な身でね。監獄尋問官殿、いやロームン帝国奇跡調査官イングリド殿。
その不本意な肩書きで呼ぶのはやめてもらおう。しかしそれを知っているなら私の行動を咎めることが何を意味するかわかるはずだ。
咎めるなどとんでもない。ただベルガー殿を介さずに動く理由は何かと気になっただけだ。
もともと私には許可など必要ないはずだ。単刀直入に問おう。アドル・クリスティンはどこだ。
なるほど、彼を探しているのか。だが赤毛の彼なら脱獄後は行方不明だと伝えたはずだ。我々の手落ちもあったゆえに申し訳なく思っている。
なるほど、わかった。今日のところはこれで引き上げるとしよう。もし彼の手がかりがあったら私に連絡をいただきたい。不本意な任務だが手を抜くわけにはいかない。
ああ、約束しよう。
I should have fought a few more gateways to get a lot more Twilight shards, because they're really useful. A lot of burglaries. And apparently the Monstrum are behind it. Though the Monstrum don't sound like they're into casual burglary. Wait, like, she's not me. Come on. I love to see that scene. Shantae just fussing over him. Shantae's the best. Okay, so time to pick up quests, talk to people, and this is the chapter where we get the doll. And the doll is awesome. Yeah, there's someone new to join the crew. And you'll see who it is right away. It's certainly someone who was labeled as shady. He's so weird. I love that phrase. I've been called a freak so many times, I've lost all sense of shame. I want to put that on a shirt. Silhouette, the matchmaking shop at any store in town you've been to during your journey. That's kind of cool. You get as long as you discover a shop, you get a centralized shop in your hideout. That is such a cool ability. So here we go. Equipment errands. I'm gonna buy the bronze armor and bronze armor. And because the weapons are getting a bit expensive, consumable leathers, anything I can use, ingredients. Oh, actually, yeah, meals. No, sell. Cool. What I'm gonna do is go downstairs and talk to my blacksmith to see if I can upgrade my weapon from the previous level to the new one. So I'm gonna see. So it is gated by chapter, but it gives me the opportunity to craft my new weapon without needing to spend, a few thousand gold. Which honestly I like. I really like. I'm actually going to buy... I need to buy 12 ore and 15... 12 ore and 15 aromatic lumber. 12 iron ore. And I don't have the aromatic whatever. Don't have aromatic lumber. So I can't get that. I'll have to pick that up somewhere else. But I think I might be able to get them from the storehouse. Let's see. Nope, not materials. Aromatic lumber I can't get, so. So that's all from him. Oh, we have a side quest. Whoa. A little girl in the prison. We know who he is. The good thing is that doing the quests is the easiest way of acquiring actually let's go here. Doing the quest is the best way to raise the Nox level so we can unlock the next area. And much like the last chapter, there are 2 barriers to potentially unlock. Perverse individual at the bath. Sure. Do you sense something shady about this request? Yep. Checking a bunch of windows at a bath.
待ってくれ。
Basically, I have to go through each window to check if they can be used by a peeping Tom, aka a creep. And the last ones are here. Because someone, if you're trying to catch a glimpse of people bathing through a chimney and manage to do it, you kind of deserve, you've kind of earned the ability to see them, you know, because that takes effort and concentration. So let me see if the guards are still there though. Yeah, guard is still there. Can't get that treasure chest that he's guarding, which is slightly frustrating. But anywho. Something still seems off. See, the request was ever so slightly sleazy. See, there's shit happening behind the scenes. It's something I love about this game, that there is not all elements of the plot are shown in the main quest. Some are hidden in side quests. I'm gonna go by for a moment.
それじゃあな。
See if there's new gifts to buy.
いらっしゃいませ。はい。また来て
Nope.
くださいね。
現れたな。強くなれる。
That took him out super fast. I actually want to check this guy out.
よ、いいもんが入ってるぜ。
Ooh, 3,400 for that meal. Damn.
おいおい。
Can I sell anything worth anything? Turn break rate. No, I don't want to sell any of these. But I will go now to the area where the knights are, because that place is now open for me to check without any restrictions, meaning I can upgrade the map, like update the map. And I think there's a side quest over here, and the more I update the map, the more I get paid by Parks, and he gives me some nice items. That's always good, you know. The good thing is, for the most part, I already checked most of this place, but there are still some areas where I haven't had a proper peep. The second floor here is one of them. And there's a few chests as well. Because one of the things I really enjoy about this game is that it really rewards exploration. And your abilities with the Monstrum really give you a lot of movement options. There we go. Every time you see a little area that's kind of darkened, it means I can still get there for the most part. And the cool thing with the Monstrum is that they need just to meet once, and then they can share their gifts. Because you can see, Hawk is not in my team right now, but I still have access to Hunter's Glide, which is, you know, it's awesome. Adol's gift is Crimson Line. It's the hook shot kind of thing. Christian's is Heavenly Steps or Heavenly Boots, I think. I think that's the name for it. Which is the walk on the walls thing. Now let's walk around the wall a bit. This is me pretty much just doing this for complete min-maxing purposes of, you know, exploring every inch of the map to get as many benefits as I can from Parks, because he does reward you for exploring the place. There are limits, of course, places I can't exactly reach easily. But for the most part, I'm good. Just connect. And, you know, there's always a new chest to find here and there. New items. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you have all these wonderful exploration options, wouldn't you check around for every nook and cranny trying to find that elusive hidden chest? Of course you would. Also, the D&D player in me wants to explore, wants to see more of this world. See, there's something there. Go over here, up here. Yeah, give me that sweet, sweet lore. See, there's something here that I don't know if it's... Yeah, it's down here. And I do love the world that you play in the E series. The locations are always super cool. Okay, now this is tricky, because I'm gonna have to combine a couple of gifts. I need to get up here, glide, and then move up. I need to just reach the upper wall here. Can I reach it? Yeah, I think I can. Going here. Going here. Yet another area open to me. And another chest to find. With a lot of tomatoes. Just takes a little while to get through the entire areas. Yeah, that's all that remains of Heinz. But it's not really him, it's not Heinz. Because we know from the dialogue that Heinz was turned into ketchup when he met some monsters in the catacombs. Whoops. That's fine. Because you see how there are some darkened spots here in the map? Even though I have already seen that bit, it's just more of that completion. There's a graffiti. Faded words. Can I... No, I can't. The guards protect some of the... I have a nice view of the city here. Actually gonna check how my exploration has gone. Fairly comprehensive, I would say. Just a couple of spots missing from over here, but for the most part, I think I've covered most of it. Ooh, there's a chest there I hadn't seen. Let's go pick it up. Means that it's up there. Whoops. Come on. There we go. And from here, all we need to do is jump twice, jump twice. The dodge thing gets me always like a bit off center to where I need to go. I need to go straight up this. So press the button. The good thing is now I have the button pressed. Problem is that because I'm going extra fast, it's harder to aim. I'm gonna have to find another way up. Here. No. There we go. 1,000 gold. Ooh, there's a shiny over there. Look at the shiny. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna aim myself over here. Got the pedal. Okay, from here. Go over here to pick up the next quest.
そういえば、あの闇取引人さんに会ってみるんですよね。うまくいけばいいんですけど。
どうしたものか。
Le Bistro Blanc. Yep, let's try to figure out a recipe from the memories of the people who ate it. I'm sure that'll be easy. You know? I am sure nothing weird. He's just got cute cheeks. Thought he got mumps or anything. This is at least one of the most out there quests in the game. It's like, you know, people may remember the recipe or eating it in the flavors. I'm sure we can recreate all the spices involved from people saying it tasted nice. Well, I was pretty young at the time myself. I have vague recollection, but I'm sure that'll be everything. Yeah, it's true. Carla has proven to know everything about everything. Of course she does. Of course she does. It is Carla after all. So that's the broth solved. Now the seafood and other elements to the soup. But I mean, if it's a soup and you have the broth ready, that's like 75% of it. Okay, where else do we need to go for this craziness? I love it. The question is complete nonsense, but it's so funny. No, don't talk to Paul, talk to Philippe. Yeah, someone thought, you know what would be cool? Recreating a recipe from popular opinion. No, I don't think it was a case of, God damn it, I forgot the recipe for that thing. So I'm gonna put a quest in my game to represent my frustration. I think that may be a bit out there, Nate. Just a bit. Now we get like the behind-the-scenes director's cut of Ys 9. Well, I forgot a recipe of my mom's. So to convey that frustration, I added this thing into the game. We do need to talk to the black merchant dealer for the other quest. So then, there we are advancing the other quest. So for now, we just go over here and I think we have everything to finish the other quest. That's the... Oh no, we still need to go to the agricultural district and talk to people about the grains or the pasta and the dish. I don't know. The more and more it's sounding like a ramen dish. I mean, if the guy wants the tabloids and wants to learn about Bigfoot's children, who am I to argue? Artichokes. Artichokes in a pizza. Mwah. You know what? I'm gonna first go over here, pick up the tabloid.
文章。多分これのことです。
I mean, it's her tabloid is the East version of the Sun, aka the Scum.
Yes, get that.
I've never agreed more with a hashtag on the internet when they called the Sun the Scum. Because damn, is that publication sleazy as hell.
どうしたものか。
Yeah, we have managed to get all the information about a recipe. No idea on how it's cooked, how long you have to cook it, the spices involved, anything. With just a bunch of a checklist of items. Baldukian style bully base.
すごいな。
お役に立ててよかったです。
And we got the recipe. Okay, now to the black market dealer.
肝心に会われちゃった。
それ。これは。
More petals.
それ。
More petals.
クリムゾンライン。それ。
Pelger, you can tanker us loud. Let the hostess go already. We got fans.
それ。それ。 それ。
What happened in the bargain bin? If this is the bargain bin, it costs 34,000. God damn it.
要件を聞かせてもらおう。
What do I need? Taranteel threat.
そうか。ではな。
Let's go down here. Basement. See if we can get some Taranteel thread. So I can get that gift. Because gifts are fun. Gifts are good. Nothing from her. Nothing from here. Let's go to the storeroom.
いらっしゃい。
Nope. Oh, there we go. Taranteel thread. We just need two.
それじゃあ本当バイバイ。また来て。
アドルさん、今日もガンガン働きますよ。他にいつでもお待ちしてます。
ねえねえ。いらっしゃい。バイバイ。また来てね。
She's too adorable. She is too adorable. Bye bye.
Hmm. 要件を聞かせてもらおう。そうか。
He's got an owl. Want to guess who the man on the inside is? To be honest, and this sounds horrible, but all the guards kind of look alike. And now we come with a nice, fun, adulterate, faudal, F-A-U-X, fall, as in fake. Faudal section, because I have no other name for him. First, prison is huge. I like the moody music for the prison. That just means I can't go any further. But how about this? Yep, same thing over here. Prison floor plan. Let's open this as well. All right, that one watch. So I went to the right one from the get-go. Yay me. Locked doors, locked doors. Baltic prison is primarily divided between north, south, east, and west wings. Situated between them is a central wing which serves as a hub connecting to each of the subordinate structures. Makes sense. Additionally, the north wing, the highest among the five, boasts a watchtower that soars above the rest of the facility. It goes without saying that this particular tower is essentially impregnable. Okay. Let's get a buddy out. Oh. Yep, it's a Rue. Rue are recurring elements of the E series. They are basically sacred animals. Though mostly they speak their own language. This is the first one, one of the few who speaks human. Oh.
ありがとう。
ここは昔の罠が仕掛けられたままの区画だ。特に落とし穴には注意して進めよ。
So yeah, the third rat fell down that hole. Because this section has trap holes, and they're basically insta-kill. But fortunately I can jump. See that? See how close I got there? That's how you get rid of them. And I can't go that way because I don't have double jump. Okay, so this section is one where you can really miss stuff. I've done it before and I always miss something. Hey, how's it going, Die? Yes, the JRPG, but this is more action RPG. This is the East series. One of my favorite series in the world. I really love these games. The good thing is they're all mostly like self-contained. Like, you don't need to play like one to understand any of the others. Crap. See, now I missed that. Now I missed that treasure over there. Nice! You're gonna have to give me the recipe for the cookies, though. I would really like this recipe for the cookies, if you don't mind. Okay, now we turn this. And the thing is, I hadn't seen this way up before when I played last time, so... Good thing is now I can go up here. Come on. Jump paddle. Yes, yes. This is not the game's fault, this is me being clumsy. There we go. Now we go here and here. If I press the button to jump, it would help. Oh, seems I have to do it quickly. $3,000 gold. That's worth some. That's worth that effort. Cool. And now, ooh, what's this? Oh, ooh, I missed that. Good to know for the future, though. Anywho. See, there it goes as well. I'm gonna guess you mean a bit more fat than a bit more far. That's pretty much, you know, as long as you don't mix up the sugar for salt, I'm going to guess all cookies are gonna turn out great. The recipe I like a lot is the Alvin Show. I think it's Alvin Show. You pronounce it Show. Recipe from Tasty. He has a great recipe for chocolate chip cookies. Getting close to that, getting close to that. Cool. But at least I got rid of the big guard. That's what you call risky, risky strats. I know what you mean there. It's, for me, it's also been a long day. Originally, my stream was going to be at about 8 p.m. But I sat on the sofa, was like, this is comfortable. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here, buddy. Come over here. I keep getting hit. Let's get 200. This adult doesn't have that much health. I can just get away with raisins then. I'm trying to get it dead, but there we go. I can use over here. One last try. I want to see if I get anything for killing it. Nope, it doesn't seem I get anything. Other than a lot of pain for it. That's the... That's a lesson, kids. Don't waste your time doing this. I do love the environmental storytelling, warning you of the trap. You see all these spikes, and then you know that something here that may be a trap. It's a nice detail from the game. By the way, this tells me that I'm going to revisit this area later with the main cast. Can't access it, but it's something that one of the Monstrum gifts will enable me to do so. Have a good night, Dai. Rest and get more cookies. Sleep responsibly. Do you know who you're talking to? Sleep is optional. You should know that by now. Well, have a good night. Let's see what's here. I do love that their helmets remind me of Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, sleep is optional except on the sofa. It's like, dude, you're the one who asked me to get this stuff. Yeah, it's Guardsman Greg. Yeah, the tabloid is your reward.
すごいな。
Okay, so I'm going to go here. Floral hat pin.
マドルさん。
That's pretty funny.
よ
Show map first.
前回から
Oh man. Begin prisoner rescue mission. Ready to begin. We get a hawk back.
"潜入開始だな。
I don't see any guards, so those will be easy.
南側の螺旋階段に屋上への抜け穴があるそうですけど。
行け。ほら。
クリムゾンライン。
And here, up we go.
"やりゃできんじゃねえか。
中央島の最上階。あの窓に飛び移れそうです。
I'd call him Guardsman Bob.
どうした？
私はイリス。その名以外は全て捨てたわ。そうね。
This is an
何も知ら
assassin.
ないあんたたちにグリア総督、リンドハイム枢機卿は私がこの手で邪魔をするなら
Yeah, pretty much.
だけどああ
Oh, I love that. I love that scene. How do you know her? And we got an ox. Wom.
いいね。楽しめそうじゃねえか。
どうしましょうか。もういいんですか。
Actually, consumable
どうしま
better.
しょうか。かしこまりました。かしこまりました。他にも買ってきましょうか。またいつでも言ってください。
See if I can upgrade
アドルさん
Hawk's
何で
weapons.
も申し付けてくださいね
More aromatic lumber. I can't
いつでもお待
do
ちしてます
anything without aromatic damn lumber. So I'll have to buy his sword.
頼まれました。
なかなかいいじゃね
頼まれまし
えか。
た。
なかなかい
他にも
いじゃねえか
買って。きましょう。お使いですね。頼まれました。かしこまりました。もうまたいつでも言ってください。アドルくん、いらっしゃい。どうぞ召し上がる。他にまた来てね。
おい。
He's such a scumbag. See, more things that you can collect on report graffiti.
ほう礼と
So let's see what these items are. Ooh, a new skill for her. And accessory. There was something about an urn. Right? Ale's urn. Ooh, oh, that's cool. It's a new sacrament. New sacramental. But I still like the one for 20% more gold. Rapid slide. Let's remove claw snatch that I don't like with heavenly steps. Anything else? Time to go Monstrum it up. Let's see if I can enhance something. Lux cannon. Ooh. I like this. I never, you know, on my previous playthrough, I never bothered to upgrade the other like relics beyond the first two, like the spine and the decoys. I didn't know there was a cannon. Central District, Grimwold Docks. Ah, it's this one. This is a cool one. That's one weird rock. Lacrima. Basically, crystallized hatred. Yeah, it basically it's supposed to create a blast and stuns enemies. I think that's what it does.
私の愛を受け止めなさい。
I'm actually going to want to destroy all the lacrimae before taking out the boss. Because I think the last few are down here. One missing. There we go, 80. Damn, I didn't kill the boss. I don't think I'll get the S rank. That's on me for not finding them all earlier on. Oh no, they get the S rank. Awesome. That sounds suspicious. Artisan Lane. Oh, Yufa's the best. I think she's Raging Bull of like the Monstrum, but I don't have sufficient evidence. Because after all, Hawk was just random guy.
Yufa-san, 大丈夫でしょうか?
Let's unlock this. New location, the memorial tree. Because I mean, she does have the proportions. It looks very similar. But it could be her sister, her cousin, or some completely unrelated character. I think this is a great place to leave it for tonight. Lots of progress, one chapter done. Hawk joined the party. We're just about to step into the main plot for the next section. Plus more boss fights, more everything. The super difficult knocks that I mentioned before. I think we can leave that for Friday. Nate, thanks for joining me again. Hope you're enjoying the game and the stream. I hope the commentary is not completely annoying. So yeah, I think I'll leave it here for tonight. And pick it up on Friday. Thursday is Shadowrun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time and see you next time. Bye.